Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers, is brought to you by Scoville.com. Try Scoville.com's hot sauce subscription box, where you pick the heat, flavor, and food pairings you want in your box. Get 1 or 3 bottles delivered to your door each month. Choose your heat level, flavor profile, and food pairings. And it's completely customizable each month. You no longer have to worry about getting sauces you don't like or won't use. Scoville.com specially curates each month's box based on your personal preferences. And best of all, High Desert Sauce Co., Butterfly Bakery of Vermont, and Irish Spike's unique hot sauces are all available at Scoville.com.
Nobody, people have made like bullet-shaped hot sauces and grenade-shaped hot sauces. Yeah. Nobody's ever made sex toy-shaped hot sauces.
I bet you they have. I'm telling you.
Really? I feel like we would have heard of it.
I mean,
I feel like somebody would have posted on For the Love of Hot Sauce.
Isn't there an internet rule about this?
That's some real hot sauce love right there.
What's that internet rule about stuff like that? There is an internet rule. Like if you thought of it, it's happened on the internet. Welcome to Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers. I'm Spike.
I'm Zac.
And I'm Claire.
And today we're talking to Ashey Ruffer from the hot sauce realm. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, how are you all?
Very good, thank you.
Good. Excited to talk to you.
I am so excited.
To the shit show. Welcome to the shit show.
But hot sauce is so fun to talk about. I'm so pumped. I've been looking forward to this for weeks. So thanks for inviting me on.
I know this has been a long time in the making because we had to move things a little bit, but we booked you a while ago. That's great.
Yeah, thank you for being able to move.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm kind of getting burnt out on talking about hot sauce because it always seems to be a fucking problem.
Well, we got a lot of hot sauce to talk about for the next year and a half.
Yeah, I was also going to ask you guys about where you're from and where did little baby Zac grow up? So if you want me to talk about behind the scenes,
for some questions at the end,
little
at
baby Zac, little towhead.
Were you a towhead?
I was a towhead, like legit white hair.
Me too, and my kids are not, and I don't get it. My husband was. Crazy. He was a towhead. I was a towhead. Kids not.
I picture Zac with crawling around with a knife and a big grin.
You see this face
knocking
right here?
Shit over.
Yeah, that's
I've had this facial expression since I was born. No bullshit. My mom
cut to a baby picture of Zac.
Yep, that's it.
I love it.
That's all you get. So tell us your hot sauce history there, Aaron. Or Ashley, I'm sorry.
Well, Zac deals with Aaron all the time. So I'm the more, what do I call myself? Official taste tester and hot sauce enthusiast and small business cheerleader. And then he does all the boring, actual, okay, what's our inventory levels and, all that stuff. So, I don't know. I've always loved hot sauce. And during the pandemic, I'll just tell the real quick short version, right? We went on For the Love of Hot Sauce, that Facebook group. We knew we wanted to support small business owners. And during the pandemic, I said, let's order 10 hot sauces from some makers. We put just one post out and we got over 300 responses.
Wow.
And
nice.
So we're stuck at home and we're like, I'm going to start a spreadsheet of all these wonderful small businesses that we can start supporting. And then all of a sudden the money quickly added up and we were like, this is not sustainable. We can't just buy people. We're not rich. And then we were like, let's just do it. Let's start an actual business where we are the cheerleaders behind all of these small businesses. And I've kind of always wanted to open a hot sauce shop. My husband's always wanted to open a vinyl and vintage clothing shop. And we started with some small stands in existing businesses. So they're kind of like retail stores where you can rent a space and then they employ people there to sell them.
Yeah.
But the hardest part about that is they don't know the sauces. They don't know the owners. They can't talk to how special each ingredient is and what's in every bottle. So last July, we bit the big one and we are officially a brick and mortar store in Fort Collins.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. A lot of help from this industry. Zac has been a huge guide. I think just knowing all the ins and outs. Everybody always asks me if I'm going to make my own hot sauce. I'm like, no, I am not a scientist. I don't know any of the details like this.
Didn't you guys collab on a sauce with Oso Rojo or something like that?
We did. We collabed. We said we wanted a super mild, flavorful buffalo sauce that was good for any single person, including our kids, and he delivered.
Ashley, what do you feel like makes a great hot sauce? What do you like to see in hot sauce?
Oh, I'm not picky. I just love hot sauce. What makes a great hot sauce? I think the story to me is super important.
Oh.
I think knowing where the maker's mind was when they made the sauce and what their goal was and their end game. I think the artwork attributes to the taste, if that makes sense. I mean, it really gives you a preview of what the what's inside the bottle, you know? I mean, I don't know. I think it's a myriad of things. I love a classic red hot sauce. That's like my favorite go-to. But then I also love all the experimental sauces. I mean, Claire, that corn sauce that I saw, I thought it was an April Fool's joke. And then I was like, I hope it's not, because I really want to try it. I'm so excited for it.
Well, and we made such a tiny, it was funny. So it made a small amount because it was a small batch. And then we sold a decent amount of it. And then that post was actually scheduled like a while back. And so we only have by the time that post went out, we had 2 or 3 cases left. So it's like we got some wholesalers reaching out to us being like, can we get some? And I'm like, normally yes, but not this one. No, sorry. we may make it again. It is like, it legit tastes like a burrito, but like a hot sauce. And there's no beans or rice in it. And I don't know why it tastes like a burrito, but it does.
That's awesome.
Tomatillo corn, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's good. And we got the corn from the second closest farm to us. It's like, I don't know, a mile and a half away, just up the road. And they just sell direct to customers, a really small farm. And I just hadn't gotten over there, and I kept meaning to, and they have really good corn. So I finally got some. And it's also the one of the family members who runs it is also my banker, which I find hilarious. That's a little slice of Vermont. Yeah. Bought the corn at the farm. That's that is partially, or my banker doesn't run it, but she does show up on the weekends to help them harvest things. So, yeah.
I was going to say that sounds like an Idaho thing.
Yeah. Same idea.
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of sauce? Do you prefer hot, mild, thick, thinner, or do you just not care because you're a hot sauce slut?
Hot sauce slut, for sure. So when I'm at the shop, we only get to really work on the weekends, my husband and I, and we have 5 amazing staff that run, we kept our full-time jobs. So we're working all week. We've got 2 kids, we're doing the family thing. And then on the weekends, I get to literally just talk hot sauce the whole time. So everybody laughs at me because they're like, what's your favorite sauce? And then I go through the whole gauntlet of okay, are you looking for a vinegar-based sauce? Do you want it to be a little bit thicker? Do you want it to have some sweet in it? And when I talk like that, I realize that literally every sauce is my favorite sauce. We taste every single thing before it goes on the shelf to make sure that it's up to at least our taste buds of standard, which are pretty... I love everything, so it's pretty easy. But just to make sure that it's not this is just water, and we don't want to really put this on the shelf. My favorite pepper, I have to say habanero. I love a good habanero sauce. Ghost and I did not used to be friends, and I feel like I've developed a better relationship with them. But as far as flavor goes, I think those basic classic red sauces that you can put on everything, those are my go-tos.
I don't think when I sent those samples out, I don't think I sent you our drunken red. Oh my gosh. No. Drunken red. It's a beer-based red with habanero.
Oh my gosh.
It's so good.
I'll send you one.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I was going to do this.
Case.
I know. I was going to do this at the end, but can I do this right now?
Sure.
Can I pull something? Okay, ready? Spike, would you do me the honor of allowing us to sell your sauces in the hot sauce realm?
Oh, it's my honor. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. It's been a long time coming. We already have Claire and Zach stuff on the shelf, and I've been eyeballing your stuff for a long time, and he was so nice. He just sent us a bunch of samples, and we're going to do some reviews on them, but I just wanted to do it. Is this the first time anyone's ever asked to carry some of your sauces while on the podcast?
Yeah, it is actually. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you.
Yeah. I would love to start this relationship. We were pumped. And during March Madness, it was just Irish spikes over everything.
Yes. All right. Well, then, and yeah, I'm really excited. And wait till you see the stuff we've got coming down the pipe. Oh my gosh. I just finished all the labels today.
I'm pumped. Yay. Thanks.
Okay.
You do have a whole like bookcase just for Spike's collection because he has like 9 million SKUs.
Okay.
As of the end of this year, we should have, I believe, 40 sauces.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot
amateur.
of Yeah, I know. Claire's like, I did that last month.
I heard you all talking about on the last podcast about too many SKUs. And I was like, well, one thing that we do is we really try to spread the love so that we are unfortunately unable. Our space is so small, it's 6 feet wide.
Oh, wow.
And so we are like, if you bring a backpack, you're out of there. You can't. No, I'm just kidding. But we get 20 people in and we're at max capacity. It's really funny. But it's perfect for what it is. So we try to carry a variety of different brands and a few of their sauces and then rotate those sauces so that the community gets to experience fun stuff. But everybody, we have everything split out into different sections of the country. And so I made a little bit of room in our Midwest section just for you, Spike.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he more like Pacific Northwest? He's pretty close. He's like right on the border of Washington there.
Oh, so many people argue with us about like where things are. I'm like, you know what? I looked up on Google and this is what they said. And this is the best way that we can actually, because like there's so much stuff coming out of Portland right now, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to have a whole section just for Portland.
Yeah, no, and we're good. We're right in there. Yeah, we are 8 miles from Washington, but we're glad with the Midwest.
Okay, cool.
We got a Midwest vibe.
You're not. You're West for sure. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, Zach, if she counted Spike as Western, maybe, High Desert would have to find another spot. So
I know.
Right? Maybe
let Spike compete with the other Midwestern sauces. It works.
Maybe I'm technically California sauces now.
I know, right?
I'm just happy that you, so this is our first place selling us in Colorado.
Cool. I'm so honored.
We've had a couple close calls, but this is actually the first one.
So. And we get tons of people from Wyoming too. So we're like a huge Northern Colorado, Wyoming crowd. We get so many people that come down from Cheyenne every weekend. And we have had more people come down that say, we come, we have lunch, and we buy 3 bottles of sauce every Sunday.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
And I'm like, awesome. What a fun family outing,
Yeah.
Flavor Balance Heat is brought to you by High Desert Sauce Co. out of Tucson, Arizona. Zac is the owner and creative mind behind High Desert Sauce Co.'s hot sauces. He says, at High Desert Sauce Co. we make sauces that we love. The balance of bold heat and fresh flavor is the heart of our philosophy. We keep it simple by using the best ingredients we can get our hands on and letting the natural flavors run the show. High Desert Sauce Co. Just the good stuff. Visit High Desert at hdsauceco.com.
When I was thinking, that's nice that you cycle through your sauces, because I feel like a lot of places have really static selections. And, as a maker, I would hate to think like, I had sauces there and then they went away. But if you cycle through a maker's selection, and then it's fresh for the customers, but also you kind of keep those relationships with the makers. And that's great.
Yeah. And I think one of the coolest things that we've been doing recently is we're on the Old Town Food Tour through Fort Collins. So there's an organization that goes and takes groups of people around to different small businesses, and it's all food focused. And it's cool. It's like a 3-hour tour. And so we're on this tour now. So they come into the back. I got it like a red velvet rope with a stanchion, and they come back. And the coolest part is telling the stories behind all of the sauces. So like I will talk about each maker, and I think to be able to say, yeah, and they just came out with this flavor at the end of last year, or this just won a Scovie, or just talk about, how the flavors have developed over time, even in the past like 2 years that we've been in the industry. It's really cool to be able to get excited and, again, just be that cheerleader for people, and then just spreading the information so that people come back and they say, that was some of the best sauce I've ever had. I want to try something else from that cool maker that you talked about.
That's fantastic.
That's great. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Zach, you have the best story. It's so easy to tell. People just sit there like, what?
Yeah. I'm not blushing. You're blushing.
So I have a question for you. You know what's coming. This is Zach's favorite question.
She's not going to be. She told you she's a hot sauce slut. She's not going to be able to answer.
Maybe not. Who knows?
That's what makes it good.
Yeah. So you were on an ocean liner. It sank. You're the sole survivor on a desert island. All the food from the ship keeps washing ashore, but there was only one pellet of hot sauce. What would you hope it would be? And you can say a couple of different ones that you would hope it would be, but it would only be one.
Okay. So I'm on a cruise ship. So is there a lot of seafood?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably going to go bad. Okay.
Everything. Oh, Hob. Yeah. Is that the soy?
Soy.
This is, the sweet and spicy soy. I know it doesn't go on everything, but it deserves to.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, yeah, but like breakfast burritos, maybe not, but like, could it? Maybe.
I got to hit David up. I have not had that one yet. I've had a bunch of his other ones, but I haven't had that one yet. I know.
Really?
Oh, and he has the gluten-free one as well that he uses tamari instead.
I got a ton of other sauces, but it was quite a while ago, and I haven't had any since, and I just need to get some. I'll see him in Portland, so I'll probably buy a bunch.
Oh, I want to go to that hot sauce festival. I have another one. Oh, this is so hard. More of a salad dressing, but.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy that one.
Never had it.
And that is, can you read it out loud?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that we're on a listening podcast. This is hot and saucy garlic and pepperoncini.
That's great. I always forget, everybody here forgets that we are also talking to more people on audio than anything else.
Yeah. I'll try to be more descriptive.
I mean, just hold the bottle up and let them come to the YouTube to figure it out.
There you go.
Right? Like,
do an entire episode that there's nothing but innuendo.
I hate to I'm going to make you blush again, but also Ghost of Saffron, I think is probably in my top 5 of all time. There's something about it. I don't know what it is, probably the saffron, but it's very complimentary to all foods. And there's a huge, I don't know, it's like a chef's kiss. I don't know how do you describe it when you tell people about it, Zach?
I tell them it's a taco sauce with saffron.
Basic.
I'm like, tacos sell. Everyone loves tacos right now.
Yeah.
It's like probably the number one food in this country. So I say it's a taco sauce with a little saffron hit on the end. They're like, well, what's saffron taste? I'm like, it's a little floral,
Yeah.
All that black market saffron I fucking source.
Little spoiler alert for Zach, but that was Claire's hot sauce last week for show and tell.
Since you weren't there, Zach, I brought it out.
Heard. I have like 14 other fucking products. You guys can like.
That's how I feel about smoked onions sometimes.
I don't know.
I get it.
Claire, that switchback sauce is one of our top sellers.
Awesome.
In the entire store. People just grab it. I don't know if it's the blue. Well, it is the blue label. It's the bright blue label. But then also when we put, bottles out for people to taste, one taste, and it's like, nope, get me a bottle of that. I need it.
That's
nice.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Which one is this?
Habanero switchback lime.
This one.
It's a beer one.
Oh.
Switchback is a Vermont beer.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
But then my new favorite.
Oh, yeah.
The Irish Spikes Queen of Hearts lemon pepper habanero has been going on every single thing that I've eaten this week.
So when you go to sell that one, you can tell them, if you look at the side, the lead singer from The Kills did the label for us and named the sauce for us.
Oh, see, these are the stories. That's so cool.
So, just a little information about me. I do not like ketchup, and I fucking hate lemon pepper anything.
Huh.
And I have a bottle of that and his ketchup in my fridge, and it gets used regularly.
Wow, that's a huge compliment.
It is. It means a lot to me.
Blush.
I am blushing.
Blush.
Stop it.
It's blending in with the red.
Get the focus off me, man.
So I'm going to change up the next one because, Spike, we had talked about changing the next one and we didn't. So, Ashley, if you weren't selling hot sauce, what would you be doing?
What?
What else do you like to do besides hot sauce?
Oh, gosh. I love to eat. I love eating. I would be a professional. But here's the thing. I would be a professional restaurant reviewer. However, I would never say anything bad about anyone. My whole purpose in life is to bring people up. And if it's not good, then I just don't talk about it. Like I'll give people, if they ask for subtle feedback, I would do that or be like, oh, it's just not my cup of tea. But if I could just travel the country and the world eating food, being on like a pizza tour, that would be amazing.
That sounds great.
Yeah, we gotta stop this part.
Zach always makes us stop this part.
Zach, you need to get teeth so we can talk about food.
I know, man. Mm-hmm. We always get stuck up on weather tangents. We need to get stuck on food tangents.
I mean, who's got $24,000? Fork it over. I'll go get it done. I mean, the reality is I could make it happen. It's just the whole thing. It's, you know.
Yeah, we understand.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Principle, man. My principles like get in the way of a lot of things. So, wow, that was really weird. That was anyway.
We're all contemplating your principles.
I know.
So back to the podcast. So Spike has this really stupid idea to do $100 hot sauce, and we've been asking.
So I hear.
Anyway, Spike legit has this idea to do $100 hot sauce, and we're asking our guests what ingredient, process, or packaging element would warrant a $100 hot sauce.
A fancy carved wooden box. I don't know. What is the fanciest thing? Not truffle. Because I feel like right now that makes everything fancy. If you wanted like a real fancy, I don't know. I'm going to say a nice hand carved by you wooden box. So you go and take woodworking classes.
I was going to say that would be
work on wood burning.
I don't know if anybody wants that in their home.
We come on the podcast with like Band-Aids all over our hands.
I'm making their $100 sauce.
Spike would just be bandaged like this.
That's true. I'm good with a knife, but not in that way.
Yeah. We want the red to be sauce, not blood.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to drip your blood into the crevasses of the hand carving and then put a lacquer over top of it. And it's literally the blood of Irish Spike.
Is that like the red violin?
Yeah. That's super fancy. That's tip top to me. Or it gets delivered by carrier pigeons.
Flavor Balance Heat, the podcast for hot sauce lovers and makers, is brought to you by Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces. I'm Spike, the owner and executive saucier. Our sauces are handmade in the Pacific Northwest using the best possible ingredient. We believe that hot sauce equates to a balance of sensational heat coupled with a robust and complex flavor profile. Live your hottest life with Irish Spikes. Irish Spike's unique hot sauces and Vandal pepper sauces are available at saucecult.com.
Hand delivery. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do
fly
actually
across
like
the
that,
country.
but we can't do it.
Well, it doesn't have to be hand delivered by us. Like, just like a delivery courier who like shows up at their work. Maybe sings them a happy birthday song.
That'd be great. Oh my God.
In a pepper suit.
But it has to be Zach.
Classy.
No, it has to be Zach. For sure.
I can't even picture Zach singing.
I think Zach would show up in a pepper suit and be like, here's your fucking sauce. And then walk out.
Exactly. I would just walk up, drop it on the counter.
I'd pay $1,000 for that.
Did you fucking order this?
But you'd have to do it in a pepper suit because that would just make it better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would absolutely not do that. Unless you wanted to pay me to do it, then yeah.
I was going to say, maybe we could start a GoFundMe. If we raise $24,000 for you to do this to one listener and go out and fly across the country and hand deliver them the sauce and pepper suit.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've had people offer to start GoFundMes for this situation, and I won't do it.
I know.
I get it.
I know. You're so sweet.
I mean, there's legit people out there that like are really struggling. So like, I eat. Obviously, you see these fat ass cheeks. I eat. Trust me. Like burrito, food processor. I don't give a fuck.
I like the idea though of having some sort of contest for something. You know that like when you buy it, you were also entered to win something.
All right, contest.
Let's do it. Ooh, he's getting out the. Yeah, is that a Sharpie?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, getting out a Sharpie. That's. Up next.
There we go.
Stay tuned, listeners. There's going to be a contest.
Serious. All right. So I'm going to expand on this question. What do you think should be part of that giveaway? What should be part of that raffle? Zach shows up in a pepper soup.
That's what I'm voting for. Yeah.
If you want to buy into the raffle for another $25, then we can talk about it.
Well, what if we let the people who buy the sauce get to contribute their idea for what the winning item would be? You know, something within a price range or something. Mm-hmm. And then I think we would end up with some kind of Bodie McBoatface situation, but it would be amazing.
That would be great.
That's the best story.
I love that.
I guess I don't get that reference.
It was what I think it was the British military let crowdsource the name for their new boat. And they let people submit names and then vote on names. And the winning name was Bodie McBoatface. They did not officially name it Bodie McBoatface. They named it something very boring, the whatever. But then they nicknamed it Bodie McBoatface. So
dumbest move in the history of marketing.
Yeah,
but amazing. I mean, we're still talking about
That's true.
Very amazing.
But you can't remember the name of the actual boat.
No.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool to be able to name a sauce. You know,
they might have named a smaller boat Bodie McBoatface. That might have been what they ended up doing. So it wasn't like one of the
next to it.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you guys want to let people vote on what the name of the sauce is?
No.
Saucy McSauceface.
I think we just
Bernie
named it.
I don't know, but I'm all in for brainstorming one day. So let me know. I love a good contest. I think, you know, what's really cool is I did not know how many of these sauce expos there were out in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to some of these people who are just hot sauce, I don't want to say just hot sauce lovers, but who are passionate, not in the industry, that is like the trip of a lifetime to get tickets to an event like that. I wonder if we could like hook up with one of the, I'm part of the gang now.
Always.
Like hook up with one of the people doing those events and get like VIP tickets where you get to go in with the industry leaders, you know, and you're just a normal Joe getting to schmooze it up with everybody.
Yeah.
It's actually we kind of talked about something similar to that, to add that into the element. We had talked about going to like New York or something like that and just getting a booth for the three of us but that's actually not a bad idea
or they could come and make sauce with us.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah.
That would be really cool.
I like
that. But industry secrets, Claire. Industry secrets.
Like, are there things that I haven't shared on this podcast yet?
Yeah,
I haven't shared other people's secrets.
like when Ghost of Saffron was doing its thing and everyone wanted to come hang out in the kitchen and videotape. I had old timers be like, "Hey man, you're showing too much of your process." I'm like, so fucking what? Like,
I mean, if you can't read the label and figure it out, then you don't belong in this business anyway. Come on.
And we all know who did it first. So
that's it.
You know, I think it's a lot. The industry is, you know, obviously you all have been in it a lot longer than I have. And even over the past 2 years, it's changed so much from I feel like competitive, I need to get my stuff out there, to a respect for other makers and everyone else's processes and finding out about everyone in a different way that I've ever seen from any other industry I've been involved in.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really like it.
Deep.
Spike and I had to figure out the FDA website at the same time, like legit. Like he got his letter, I got my letter, and then we're trying to like put everything on the FDA website, and that was a fun 4 hours.
It was the funniest 4 hours ever, too, because it was, what the fuck is this? I have no idea.
on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Dana's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I don't know." Yeah.
You can tell that you had a shared trauma when you posted that video of yourselves meeting for the first time.
That was amazing. I loved it.
One of my all-time favorite videos.
Are we going to run to each other?
And that was Helen. No, I think it was Zach's idea, and then Helen said that while we were walking up.
Yeah. I was so tired.
I know. I'm like, "Aren't we going to run?" Because it was his idea to do that. And he's like, "No."
When you guys come out to Vermont, we can film you running toward each other in a field.
Well, you got to run towards us too. We have to film all three of us.
Run in the middle of a pepper field.
Yeah,
and then trip and fall into the peppers.
I've got a drone with a camera that has never been used. Now we have a reason.
Oh my goodness!
Well, and I have to say, have you guys ever looked at the underside of like a row of peppers? like, I know that sounds like the most like random little spot, but like just sticking your head underneath like a row of planted peppers is like the most magical little tunnel. And there's all these just little like peppers hanging down. And it's just like, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. So
have you been laying down in the patches of peppers lately?
Not lately, not the right time of year.
In the peppers.
But I had like a marketing, I met up with like a photographer at one of our farms a while back. And like, I was just trying to find fun angles. And I was just like, I really like being under here. This is nice. It was great.
Claire's not a weirdo.
I don't know where you heard that because that's lies.
All lies.
I'm Claire George. I own Butterfly Bakery of Vermont. We make hot sauce, mustard, cookies, and granola, and 100% of our products are made with Vermont ingredients. The thing that I hear most often from people is that my hot sauce tastes like the peppers that are in it. We do really simple recipes that don't get too crazy and nitpicky, just to really accentuate the flavor of the peppers that are in there. The unique thing about our hot sauces is how much we feature the farm and the relationship with the farm and really bring the terroir of Vermont to our hot sauces. I am pretty sure I am the #1 purchaser of Vermont-grown chili peppers. I would love it if there would be a legitimate pepper market in Vermont where people would know Vermont for its peppers. We're all better for supporting each other. You know, and I think that part really shows itself with the collaborations that I do with the other businesses and the other farms, that I love working together and coming up with new ideas and presenting each other with new challenges. And I think overall that's the attitude here. And I absolutely love it because that's my attitude. I try to live my life with love. The ingredients that I use, I would say that my values are reflected in that, that I use ingredients that, again, feel good, feel loving, feel supportive. The relationship with the farmer was how it all began. If I changed the reason for it being, if I went out and bought some commodity peppers, you know, it might not be as good.
You can find Butterfly Bakery of Vermont hot sauce, mustard, granola, and cookies at butterflybakeryvt.com.
So I need to ask hot sauce hot takes. We're going to go a little negative for a second. What are your hot takes? Everybody else likes this, but you don't. What is it?
Okay. Cilantro. Cilantro sucks.
Oh, yeah. So it tastes like soap?
It tastes like soap. Yeah. And it also it tastes like, I don't even know. It tastes like hatred. It tastes like I'm going to ruin your meal for no reason.
So did I send you Drunken Green?
No, I don't think so. Does it have cilantro in it?
It does, but I've had this weird experience. Everybody that has that thing, it has oregano, a good amount of oregano in there too.
Oh,
and for some reason, it doesn't seem to affect them. And people that have been very sensitive to it are fine with it.
Yeah, no. So Drunken Green is a sauce I can eat that has cilantro in it. Claire's cilantro onion,
which I don't. But Zach, you're not one of those people for whom cilantro tastes like soap. You just don't like it.
No, it tastes like dirty asshole. Like, why don't...
Right, but dirty asshole is different than soap.
The opposite, actually.
Kind of the opposite, yeah. But
I think asshole tastes like soap.
This is a raunchy show.
But it's like, it's a genetic thing with the soap and the cilantro and all of that. And like, my cilantro onion hot sauce has so much cilantro in it. And like, yes, it's not the bitter... I know that flavor you're talking about. Mine doesn't have that. But if you think cilantro tastes like soap, my cilantro onion hot sauce is going to just taste like soap.
Yeah. I've only had one that I could really, that the flavor of the sauce was so good that the cilantro taste was just a tip on the back end. But then it's like, why am I even consuming this if it's not my favorite thing? You know?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hot sauce show and tell.
Mother...
Oh,
fucker.
Got it?
So, Zach, is this going to be your new thing? That every time we say hot sauce show and tell, you're going to say motherfucker, and then you're going to leave and go get a bottle?
Here's the thing. I pulled it out of the fucking cabinet. It's sitting on the counter. I just didn't bring it here.
Same as last week.
I wasn't here last week.
Last time.
So it's just one bottle that I think the world needs to know about.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it.
And we'll wait for Zach to come back.
Dang it.
I was going to say, that's a dangerous game you're playing.
I know. Oh, no. We sold out of it. Oh, no.
You ain't gotta wait for me. Just do your fucking thing. I'm right here. I can still hear you. I can still fucking hear you and all the shit you were talking.
No, we edited all the shit out. You didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I had headphones. Just saying. Okay.
Okay, who goes first?
All right, Ashley.
You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me?
What'd you show us?
The reason behind my show and tell today is because I wanted to highlight a brand specifically from Fort Collins. They've been around for a while, Horsetooth Hot Sauce. What's really, really cool for those of you who haven't been to Fort Collins is we have a small mountain that's right next to our reservoir that looks like, I guess when they developed Fort Collins, it looked like a horse's tooth. So everything in Fort Collins you can tell by this horse's tooth. So you're like, oh, are you east or are you north or south of Horsetooth? And so you just know, and this is kind of like our landmark in the city. So I think that's a really cool kind of backstory, but Horsetooth Hot Sauce is amazing sauce. I love the chunkiness. It's a high vinegar content, which you don't find a lot of out here, more East Coast, like South, high vinegar sauces. But can you see those chunks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I mean, talk about, like, it will just cover food, but it doesn't completely take over the taste. And this goes for all of their sauces. I would say Reuben's Red is one of my all-time favorites.
Awesome.
It's a very, very basic black pepper, garlic, and cayenne.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
Show and tell them.
All right, Claire, what do you got?
I just went to Canada over the past few days. And so I picked up some hot sauce while I was up there. So I picked up I don't know if you can see that, a honey barbecue, miel BBQ, while I was up there. It's from a company called Pika Pika. And, we made some good traction on the bottle. And barbecue means something different in Quebec than it does in the States. So I'd say it's probably more like a honey buffalo. And it's really tasty. It's actually tastier than I expected. We were just at the supermarket that had a really kind of boring set of choices. And this seemed, I like the fact that they had honey, because I don't see honey in hot sauces as much as other sweeteners and that sort of thing. And yeah, I really liked it.
Vegan.
It's just been like, right. And it's also issues with shipping to Europe and stuff like that. Yeah. This says mash in it, which is, it's sauces that have a lot of mash always just taste like mash. And so I was kind of looking for something a little different, but I was like, this will work, and really, really loved it. It just, it was just really good. Pika Pika.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Zach.
No, I want to go last.
Fine.
Thought about it.
I've got Buenos Nachos Rising Smoke.
Ooh.
And I love
I was
this.
gonna grab that one.
Huh?
I was gonna grab that one.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. We would have been twinsies.
No, I would have went and got some. No.
Out of the hundreds of sauces, has anyone yet picked the same sauce?
Not yet.
No, there was one time that I think somebody got up to get another sauce. We didn't actually just show the sauces. I feel like between Zac and Spike.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like I remember that happening.
Maybe. Okay, so.
Okay, drum roll.
Unknowingly, I also picked a Colorado maker.
Ooh.
We got, what is it?
Ooh.
Green Belly Foods.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
But what's that? Craft Belly?
No, it's Green Belly Foods.
I've never seen that flavor, though, before.
Oh.
Ooh, Green Belly's really good. They have a cilantro sauce that's a little too cilantro-y for me, but the people adore it and go crazy for it.
That's awesome.
So wait a minute. What's the issue with shipping honey sauces to Europe?
It's just complicated. Europe has really tight controls on honey, and so whenever we've got a client that we make hot honey for, and they have to jump through all these hoops with COAs and percentages, and you have to determine that you have to prove that it's real honey, that it doesn't have, that's not the adulterated honey that's so widely out there on the market. And for a hot honey, it's kind of worth it to go through all of that. As long as you're buying honey from a reputable source, it's not the end of the world. It's just a thing that you have to do. But then for making honey, putting honey in hot sauces, you still have to go through all those same hoops, even though it's just like an ingredient in a sauce. So it's just more complicated. And like, if honey isn't like the point, then you might as well switch to maple or sugar or agave or, some other sweetener. So, yeah.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
Speaking of go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, it's one of the things that I love about being a co-packer is that like we learn, these aren't like trade secrets or stuff. We just get exposed to so many different situations through our different clients' needs. And just, I wouldn't have known that because I haven't tried shipping stuff with honey to Europe.
Yeah. It's all trial and error.
Yeah.
Until one person figures it out and then tells all the rest of us, and then we can all figure it out.
I had somebody, honey maker, very recently hit me up about making a hot honey with them. And I don't know the ins and outs of that.
Yep.
Are you acidifying it?
I don't know yet. That's why
honey is naturally acidified.
Oh.
I understand
the pH
that,
the pH of honey of most honeys is low enough to be an acid formulated food, not acidified. But most hot honeys are water activity rate controlled because they're cold filled because people want to put them in squeezy bottles. And so you just have to be careful of the amount of water that's in them.
Awesome.
Really? Interesting. I was wondering why the pH on my Not Mama's Chamoy was like 2.6.
I can go into great
raspberries and honey.
Yeah, both of those. Jeez, yeah.
What's next for you in the hot sauce realm? Where do you see your company going?
Well, we just signed a 2-year lease.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah, we're pretty pumped. We started with a 6-month just because you never know. You don't want to put too much investment into it. And this was like, to us, a super no-brainer. 6 months, and they were going to let us do that. Awesome. And then as soon as the 6 months was up, we didn't even have to second guess ourselves. During the holidays, sauces were flying off the shelves. I mean, you all know.
Yeah.
You get the orders, but the people in person gave us such electric energy and excitement, and like, you cannot be upset when you walk into our shop. People are the happiest they've ever been. This is the coolest place I've ever seen. How have I walked past this place so many times? So we automatically, 2 years for sure. Not looking to franchise anytime soon. I think we have to concentrate on our 2 kids as they're starting to grow up and make sure we don't miss their middle school experience right now. And they have been so awesome. They have really been, I think, seeing us. We've always been entrepreneurs. Like, whatever we do, like, oh, we're going to do this 100%. But I think them seeing this process of us starting our own business and actually, like, putting in the hard work. They work at the shop sometimes. Like, we've taught our youngest and our oldest to run a POS system. That's amazing. Our youngest makes little perler peppers out of those melty perler beads and sells those as keychains for $2. And they're also both on their own hot sauce tasting ventures. And every time they come into the shop, they see how much more heat they can handle. And then really, I mean, they've memorized all your names. They know all of the names of all the sauces. They help us with stocking. So I think that alone is kind of where we see ourselves going, is really just teaching our boys what this is all about.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Aww.
Wasn't like that growing up in my house. It was go to school, get good grades, get out, get a job, and waste your fucking life. And no, what I'm going to do is a bunch of drugs, waste my life for a little while, then figure it out.
And did you figure it out? Yes, you
did. No, I'm not anywhere close to have this shit figured out.
I think that what you figure out when you become a grown-up is that there is no figuring it out.
Yeah, I guess
it's not a thing.
We're all just large children.
We're all climbing the same mountain. We just all take different paths.
Ooh, that was deep.
I like to take the scenic route.
Little up, little down. Oh, I'm supposed to be going up.
Yeah, I'm in a sand trap.
There you go.
It's like the ADD meets OCD route.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a speed round for you. This is new.
Okay.
I'm going to ask 9 fast questions, just quick answers, and this is how we're going to wrap everything up, okay?
Okay, hold on. I gotta get ready for this.
Yeah, get some caffeine in that brain.
Okay, got this.
You win the lottery. What's the first thing you buy for your shop?
No, hold on. We add on an entire second floor to our existing building.
Awesome.
And we can carry twice as much sauce.
If you could go back in time and change one thing about your business, what would it be?
Started it sooner.
All right. If you could collaborate with a hot sauce company, any hot sauce company, who would you want to collaborate with?
Ooh, African Dreams, because I would hope to actually be able to go out and go to Africa and just use that as a write-off business expense. I'm doing air quotes for all those just listening, and get to go to a reserve.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
If you had to pare down to only one sauce to sell, what sauce would it be?
I wouldn't be in business. No, that's a big no from me. I couldn't. The whole purpose is being a cheerleader. So nope.
Awesome. All right. So then if your store was a caveman or cave person, would it be a hunter or a gatherer, and why?
Gatherer for sure, because we're not competing with anybody. We're definitely just gathering all the things for people to choose from.
If you could purchase the rights to any song, what would the theme song for your shop be?
Ooh, we have this awesome song that we play all the time in the shop and has nothing to do with it. So it's not like in relation, but it's called I Am Steve, and I'm obsessed with it. And that's it.
Awesome.
I would just play I Am Steve all the time.
Let's see. Describe your most popular sauce in the store without saying a single ingredient or heat level.
Smooth, without a single ingredient?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want me to like a poet society. Smooth vibes, deep flavor, shiny label.
I love it. All right. Last one is usually for hot sauce makers, but I'm going to include you in this because I think it's a fun one. If Pepto-Bismol asked you to make a hot sauce, what ingredient would you start with?
Pepto-Bismol. I feel like lemon. I don't know why.
Mint in lemon makes sense.
Yeah, lemon.
All right. We finish off with some questions from you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Claire. I should have let you say that.
It's all good.
I'm so excited. I have so many questions for all of you, but I narrowed them down. So my biggest one is all three of you use a different bottle. Why?
Yeah.
Why did you choose the bottle that you use?
Claire?
We started out with the Woozy just like everybody else, and we were working with a process authority that said that if we were going to continue with a plastic cap, we would have to drop down to a 3.3 pH. And I know, right? And so we had to switch to a metal cap to keep our pH where we wanted it to be. And they don't make a metal cap for a Woozy bottle. At least they didn't back then. And I don't think they do now. So we switched over to the 5-ounce fancy. And I do like it because it's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But I don't work with that process authority anymore. And it's just a weird.
Yeah, that was a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
But now it's like kind of part of your brand. So
yeah, exactly. And we have PHs that are all over the place. I mean, legal. Legally all over the place. There's no fines or anything.
We're not trying to poison you.
I mean, what are you talking about?
We get a nice hermetic seal. So it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's just being an illegal maker in the beginning. The 5-ounce Woozies you get on fucking Amazon at the time for like 75 cents came with the bottle, the cap, the shrink band, and a little like chalk label you could write out. You know what I mean? So it's just what I started with, and it's pretty much industry standard. Especially now, like hot sauce is blowing up, and like grocery stores are starting to carry product. Like they only have so much space.
Yep.
So if you get like a 10-ounce bottle, you're kind of fucking yourself there. So just rolling with the norm, I guess.
Yeah.
So with us, we are in the process right now of switching over to all 8-ounce bottles. And it's mostly because of where we're at. We have a hard time getting what we need. When COVID happened, bottle prices went insane. And then the shipping to get to us was even more insane. And so I found a maker that is near us that will make the bottles as we need them. Our glass bottles were coming through Seattle, from Belize through Seattle to get to us, which is insane. And I just could call them up and they'll make the bottles for me right then. And we get them shipped to us. I had a moral issue with it, using plastic. But I remember reading or something, Secret Aardvark talks about the trade-off. It might be, but you know what? Maybe it's not. But the trade, I can tell you.
Fucking with you, man.
Yeah, I can tell you this. I can carry 400 bottles in my hands, and actually probably 800 because it's just awkward. I could definitely carry 800 bottles without an issue. So that weight difference, shipping wise, makes a huge difference overall. Now, where do they go after that? Well, we plan on, and I actually found a site just a couple days ago that can tell people where to recycle their plastic, and we do use plastic that can be recycled.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to put that on our site as a link so people, when they ask, can go there and recycle their plastic.
Wow.
Spike, if you're having them custom made, have you thought about having them be like custom shape or design or imprint or something like that?
Yes, but the issue with that is that you have to pay for the dye, and we'd have to get to a place where we can afford that. When we can, I definitely will. Yeah.
Nice.
It's gonna be a plastic 8-ounce bottle with an embossed fucking Spike logo in the front.
That's right. My ugly
Spike's
face right there.
I was thinking more of like a sexy Coca-Cola bottle.
Oh, hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to have a shaped bottle.
Yeah. Or like a spike. Oh my gosh, how cool would that be? And it opens from the bottom.
That's the $100 hot sauce right there.
Yeah.
You know what though? You got to be careful with that spike shape because it could be misunderstood for another shape of an adult play toy.
That's true.
You took it there.
Nobody, people have made like bullet-shaped hot sauces and grenade-shaped hot sauces.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever made sex toy-shaped hot sauces.
I bet you they have. I'm telling you.
Really? I feel like we would have heard of it.
I mean,
I feel like somebody would have posted it on For the Love of Hot Sauce.
Isn't there an internet
that's
rule
some
about
real hot
this?
sauce love right there.
What's that internet rule about stuff like that? There is an internet rule, like if you thought of it, it's happened on the internet.
Yeah, I'm sure that would have been a great like April Fool's joke for sure.
Oh my God.
You want to get hot and bad.
April Fool's
Look where
next
you
year.
guys
That's
have
all I'm
taken me.
saying.
What other questions you got for us?
Can I speed lightning round? What's your favorite foods? Each one of you.
Oh, yeah.
Claire.
Oh, go.
Favorite food. See, I can't do it fast because I love new foods. I love old foods. I love all the foods. I have foods I don't like, but for the most part, if I had to eat one food for the rest of my life, probably burritos. Like those, that's just, they're so, I don't know. There's just something, everything about them. Yeah. Yeah, they are.
Spike, I'm sorry. Did you say soup?
No, I was going to say sushi. It's sushi or tacos. I eat a lot of tacos. I can't afford to eat sushi all the time, but I like both.
Okay. Zach?
That's right. We're talking food again.
My favorite food right now is whatever the fuck I can eat.
All right. I love it. That works.
What else?
So not celery is what you're saying.
To be honest with you, I want nothing more than a fucking salad right now. Like a nice fresh salad. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see another fucking mushroom for at least 6 months. Bell peppers can eat a dick. So can onions. I want some fucking summer squash. I want to eat a kale salad, and not have to cook the shit out of it. Anyway.
Last question that I had was, and it doesn't have to be a specific type of pepper, but do you remember the hottest pepper that you've ever eaten? And why was it so memorable? And why did you eat it? And was it Johnny Scoville?
Him himself?
Yeah. Because, that's like his thing. He goes around handing out super hots. I guess it would be Ed handing out super hot peppers at some of the stuff. But who was it? So David with Seed Ranch, I think, told me when we first got involved in the industry, he said, if you're ever at a show and Johnny Scoville walks up and pulls something out of his pocket, don't eat it. So on the floor
at Fiery Foods, I chatted with him real quick, and he said, "You want a peanut?" And I said, "No," because I had to get on the flight that night, and I didn't want to have cap cramps on the flight. No. So hottest thing, I've had a piece of I didn't have a whole one, but I had a piece of a Carolina Reaper. It sucked. I don't like it. I like that. I mean, I like it in a sauce.
I mean, I got a bag full of frozen peppers right now. Super hot. So whatever. Give it to me.
It doesn't affect you at all?
I mean, it does. It hurts. Actually, last time, right before I had my teeth pulled, I ate a yellow ghost pepper and ended up laying on my kitchen floor in my underwear because I did it on an empty stomach. I didn't chew it up well enough and went almost into full panic mode.
Wow. Okay.
I got up from the kitchen floor and there's a big old puddle of sweat in the outline of my body. It was bad.
What happened?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't eat whole super hot peppers because I don't need to do that to myself. But I taste peppers frequently when they come in. Sometimes also when they come in from farms, they'll be labeled something really oddly. We had some peppers labeled Scotch bonnet habaneros. Like, that's not a thing. So I have to taste it and try to figure out what it is. Pepper's hybridized too. So like they may have bought the seed for one thing, but what they sent us is not that. We had one farm that I feel like they just mixed up the seeds because it was just a blend of ghosts and reapers, like together. And you'd open it up and you were like, this is clearly a ghost. And then this other one in the same case was like clearly a reaper. And so I played a game of like pepper roulette where I was like tasting the peppers, taking little bites out of them, trying to discern the flavor between a ghost and a reaper, which I mean, do have really different flavors, but like at a certain point you stop being able to discern them. Yeah. So we try to like gauge, that sort them out by color so that my staff could grab the right ones and put them in the right spot. So I've done stuff like that. I can tolerate a whole lot, but I don't enjoy it. So I can just, my staff really enjoys like looking at me after I've eaten something really hot, and just trying to see if I'm going to show anything. And so then I feel like I shouldn't, but then at the same time, like, whatever, it's fucking hot. So
exactly.
I don't know. Yeah.
I know when we were at Fiery Foods, Brian interviewed a bunch of people, and one of the questions he asked me is if I've ever had cap cramps. He also asked what the hottest hottest thing I'd ever eaten was, not pepper. And I couldn't remember. I now remember the piece of Carolina Reaper. I said Da Bomb, and Da Bomb was worse for me than the Carolina Reaper.
Yeah, I actually haven't had Da Bomb.
It's just,
we have it in the house, but I haven't had it. I've smelled it and I don't want to do that.
It hit me in such a weird way. I felt like I stepped back. I ate like a teaspoon and it was just too much and awful.
Yeah. The endorphin farms got me at the Fiery Food show 2 years ago. And I think we had just been so enjoying all these lovely flavors and nobody was using extracts. And then I got to the Endorphin Farms booth and they gave me a sauce and I guess it had highly concentrated. And I'm like, oh, I'm from the hot sauce realm, thinking like, oh, I can handle this. I was on the floor.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
And then you're destroyed for like the rest of the tastings.
Yeah. I mean, I had tears going down my eyes. I was like, man, I was going to go around and like, meet all these makers and I just look ridiculous now. But I mean, kudos to them. They got me.
You guys going to Portland or Illinois?
Our goal for travel for this year is actually to go visit my brother in Japan.
Oh,
so
nice.
I know. So we're doing limited hot sauce traveling, but we did want to go to New York. So if we can try to make that happen, but man, just seeing all the pictures and everybody in Portland last year makes you want to go so bad.
Hey, well, it's a business expense.
I know.
And a tax write-off.
I know. We still have jobs though.
Yeah.
Fuck them jobs. You're never going to grow your business with a job. I'm going to tell you that right now.
You're right.
Never.
Well, I'm planning on going to New York just as a customer. I've been doing that for a few years and it's fantastic. So if you go, let's meet up.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah.
And we've talked about it. We might be able to go. We're not sure.
Yeah. Illinois looked amazing too. I mean, there's certain things I feel like New Mexico was it was our first, but it's a magical show.
Yeah.
That was incredible. So we're going to go next year.
Not this year.
I think we're going to try to go to that one next year too. We have a few new staff that can really handle heat.
Oh, there you go.
So we're just going to take them and then make them try all the super hots. And then like our employee did last time, babysit our kids so that then Aaron and I can actually go out and go hang out in the area. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's looking like we're definitely going to be there next year. Just there, not going to be as a business. And Scott from
Lucky Dog.
Thank you. Geez. Scott from Lucky Dog said that there's a place that has the best chili rellenos he's ever had. And we were there for such a short time, we didn't have a chance to go try them. And he was not feeling well that during the beginning of that. And I was like,
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, so
from the chili rellenos?
No.
I wouldn't go to that place.
No, he before he left for the show, I think he's posted something like, I've got a little tickle in my throat. I hope, I'm all right. And then he was having a rough one. But so anyway,
I wanted to go and check that place out, and we just didn't have time. So next time.
We had some fantastic food when we were there.
Yeah.
What was it? A chicharrones?
Fried
Just so much
pork
stuff. Yes.
Yep.
Just
It's like
smothered.
a giant pork rind.
Yep.
Yep.
Really good.
So in Quebec, they have something similar called oreilles de Christ, which means ears of Christ. But if you put it into Google Translate, it's ears of scream. And it's like a chicharrones. It's like it's a fried jowl, pig jowl, and it's just like crispy and fatty and so salty. And I was just eating a bunch of them this past weekend, and it was so good.
Awesome.
Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Absolutely.
How many staff do you each have?
Zach, you want to answer first?
Wait, how many what do we each have?
How many staff do you each have?
Oh, yeah.
And I would say staff and or help. So this can either be paid staff, friends or family that get you through the processes. Like, I want to know what like, Zach, you always film yourself and you're always alone, and I want to just fly out there and help you. But I know you have people helping you.
I have people that help me cap bottles.
Wow. So you're doing all that yourself.
Yep.
That's incredible.
It's got to get done. It's either that or quit and go back to painting houses, and I ain't going to fucking do it. So
We've got.
I'm going to do it.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm done.
We've got six employees, and then my wife does a ton. My daughter works for us. She does our shipping. And we've got an amazing staff. Just really, I love our staff so much. It's a blast.
We're at about 16 right now. This is a low time of year for us, just seasonally, so we can get up to 25 or 30 when things are a lot busier. Also, really great staff. We've kind of been changing everything kind of in the back end of just how we run things, and everybody's been on board with kind of taking on new things, learning new things, kind of reshuffling, and really, really awesome staff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it really is. We thought we were kind of going to kind of do this ourselves and with the help of friends, but then actually getting people on payroll really changed the entire business for us and made it. And they all feel, because they were our friends to start with, but now they're employees. And we just had an article done about us in the local college paper. And they interviewed one of our employees, and she said, I don't feel like I work for Ashley and Aaron. I feel like we work together. And that to me was like, that's exactly what we're looking for. You know, we're looking for someone that loves to be at the shop, that loves to promote other small businesses, and that just has fun tasting sauces. Like, I just interviewed someone the other day, and I was like, you literally your job is to get to know each one of the sauces. Go to each maker's website, read the stories behind them, know where they're all from. I want you to know off the top of your head, oh, I'm looking for a tomato-based habanero sauce from this region of the country, and be able to say, right here. So, I mean, how much fun is that?
That's
awesome.
I love that.
That's great.
It's been go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not that I'm not open to hiring people. It's just like working out of the shared kitchen. Like, my dynamic is very weird because we work out of a shared kitchen space too. Not that, Spike doesn't, but the way ours is set up, like, my warehouse is in a different space. So it's like we make the sauce and we got to drag it over to the warehouse and do everything else. And a lot of people don't want to do the driving, or, you know what I mean? They get burnt out in the kitchen and they don't want to, like, go to the warehouse and work more. And me, I'm just like, let's just fucking get it done, and then you can have the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
This has been a blast. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's been great talking to you, Ashley.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Favorite
Thank you.
episode so far.
Thank you all so much. Oh, and we went down. We got into a little bit of the naughtiness, and then we came back up, and we ended.
It's been a journey.
It has. It's been a journey. Thank you so much for taking.
Thank you so much.
And look at that, we're on fucking time.
There we go.
For once.
So
For once.
This has been a Spike Mind Media production.